Hey guys, it's Amber from the Adventures of Gaia. Hit that thumbs up, smash the notification bell so you know when we post. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribe.
Storm has had a change of heart and carelessly walks into Gaia's room, completely laying his contract details on the table, putting himself and his profession in jeopardy. Gaia and Oakland hesitant to believe Storm, however letting him leave with his life. While Oakland is unsure of Gaia's decision to trust Storm, they toy with the idea of turning in Gaia for the reward and to learn more of this trafficking organization. And you wake up to a normal fall day. The sun is shining, and you can hear the sounds of chickens and certain things beneath your rooms.
Am I awake?
Yes.
All right, so I fucked up.
It's about 9 o'clock in the morning.
I'm running back down to Ameriah, like first thing in the morning,
Okay.
and I'm going to tell her, if they leave, have somebody tail them. And that's all I'm going to say. People can wonder what they want if they're around. I don't really care. Just, if they leave, have somebody tail them.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to walk out. I'll just go wander the streets for a little bit.
Okay.
I have a day to burn.
Well, what shall we do, Oakland?
I don't know. I don't know about this whole situation. I mean, I'm a little hungry. I guess we could start with that. I'm always hungry.
Okay, so we'll go down and we'll get some morning food.
So as you go down the steps, people are staring at you, and they don't say anything. And when you get down to the counter, Ameriah is no longer at the counter.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to sit at one of the tables and kind of wait. There's obviously got to be somebody working here.
So as you sit for a few, a man walks out and ends up giving you your food and asking you, well, what can I get for you?
Some food?
Okay. Anything particular?
No. Well, there's usually this nice lady that brings us stuff. She usually knows.
She had an errand to run. You're speaking of Ameriah.
Okay.
Can I get a big glass of ale? I'm going to need it.
Absolutely. We have special instructions to make it to where you don't have to pay for anything. So I'll bring it out to you momentarily.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So I'm a little defeated. Like, my character's just kind of a little bummed.
Yeah. So some time passes. They bring you out your food, and they hand it in front of you, and they give you your big, tall glass of ale and a cup of water for Oakland or Gaia.
All right, I'm going to just start eating and drinking my ale.
Okay.
So what are we going to do, Oakland?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
So with your drinking of ale, give me a 20 roll.
Nat 20.
Okay.
God, I love this dice.
You're great.
Should we bolt? Should we skip town and go back to our home?
That's up to you.
Or should we stay?
I thought you wanted to do this.
Yeah, I do. But I don't feel like your whole heart is in this.
Well, I just don't want to lose you. So,
Listen, I ain't going nowhere. I am a goddess.
well, if you think we can do it, then I'll do it.
I think we can. We might save some lives that are just being forced to do things that isn't needed.
I'm really hating this city.
I hate this city too.
Screw this city.
Okay, so what do you want to do for the next 8 hours?
I have no clue. No clue.
I know. I feel like this city, everything we do is horrible, so I don't even know if I want to go out into the city.
Right? I feel semi-safe in this place.
So what do you want to do? Stay here? Wait.
I don't know. I miss Captain Seeg.
How many days has it been?
So you would be approaching like your 4th day. He should have what, like one more day before he departs?
Maybe we should
2.
go see Captain Seeg and pay him the money we owe him, the coins that we owe him from doing the getting the bones out of the guy's house. Maybe we should go pay him back and tell him that we're not going to be sailing with him. I mean, I'm sure that he won't be upset. And at this point, I'm kind of worried that he's a bad guy too. Everyone seems to be a bad guy here.
Yes, I agree. But, I mean, we don't owe him much coin. We only owe him 39 gold.
Money, the root of all evil.
Well, everyone seems to think money, the coins are the best thing in the world here. So I think that we should at least pay him back.
Okay, we can go pay a visit to Captain Seeg.
Okay, so as you leave the inn, you walk out to the beautiful fall day.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna walk down. I want to roll perception check.
Okay.
16.
What are you trying to see?
Who's tailing us?
As you are looking behind you, you can see a few individuals that appear to resemble the ones from before.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of mind them. I'll let Gaia know, like, so we are being tailed. It's the same people from before.
Great. How close? How long of a walk is it?
You got about a third. How long of a walk to the docks?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably 6 blocks away, I'd say, from the docks. You're not real far, and they're not being aggressive by any means. Matter of fact, they're very distant.
Okay, so we're gonna walk. We're gonna head towards Captain Seeg. We're gonna go towards the boat.
Okay.
Hopefully he's still there.
Yep, the ship is still there. You can see it. You can hear the sounds of the ocean and see the seagulls on the side and the markets where people are selling fish and all the things you can expect to see at a dock. You can hear the hammering of steel and the pounding of wood.
All right. We'll locate the ship, and we're gonna go up on the ship and try to find Captain Seeg.
So as you walk onto the ship, the crew members greet you. Gaia and Oakland, how are you?
We're great. How about you guys?
Doing well. Getting ready to set sail. Are you coming with?
I don't know. We need to speak with Captain Seeg.
He's in his quarters.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
If anybody needs healed, got some diseases, we might as well get that done while we're here.
Well, we really appreciate that. Charles he's a new man.
I'm glad to help.
That's awesome.
All he talks about is Oakland.
Okay. So we'll head towards the Captain Seeg's quarters.
Okay. So as you walk to the quarters, the door is closed.
Okay,
Oh, Captain Seeg!
I'm gonna knock.
Come in.
Go in.
Hey, Captain Seeg.
Gaia, how are you?
We're okay. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to see you two are still alive on the right side of the dirt.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. We hate this town.
Yes, there are a lot of shrubbery here for sure, especially for two folks that aren't used to it.
So I know that we owe you some gold that you gave us.
Yes, but keep it.
We want to pay you back, though. We did a job, and we helped this homeowner out, and he paid us.
He paid you?
Yeah.
He did.
What'd you do?
We chased off a ghost, a spirit. Like I'm not quite sure. It was bothering his house, so we got it out of there for him.
That is very interesting.
But
It was.
we would like to at least give you, since we have coin now, we'd like to give you what you gave us back to you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate your honor in paying me back. Are you going to set sail with us?
Well, see, I've been chosen.
You've been chosen.
I have.
By who?
I don't know.
Well, explain.
So this dude the other night, he just barged into our room and he was trying to take me. It didn't work, of course, you know.
Oh, thank God.
Right.
He barged into your room?
He just barges in like
Where
so rude.
Where are you staying?
The Nicholson Inn.
The Nicholson Inn?
Yeah.
Stay away from there.
They're so nice there. There's this lady in there. She gives us a free room and free food. She's so lovely.
He immediately seems kind of frantic, and he walks to the door, and he opens up the door, and he says, you can hear him yell out, say, hey, go get me my first mate. And then he comes back in and shuts the door, and he goes back around and he sits down.
So the guy that tried to take me, but he didn't succeed, obviously, but he wants to take me to some warehouse.
Warehouse? Do you know where the location is?
No, but isn't it amazing? I was chosen.
Gaia.
They want me.
Do you understand what that means?
Well, you know, he did say things, you know, that these good-looking ladies or whatever, they get sold for things. Not really clear, but you know, they have to do things, maybe slavery type stuff. But still, you know, that's just amazing.
Do you understand what slavery is?
Yeah, I do, but I was chosen.
Yes, but tell me, what is your idea of slavery?
Working.
Yes, in harsh conditions under torturous situations.
Yeah, but I don't.
You
They might not treat me like that.
You have been targeted, Guy. Oakland, are you aware of her being targeted?
Yeah. I tried my best to talk her out of this.
So what do you intend to do? The first mate opens the door. Oh, Captain, you wanted to see me? Yes, I need you to surrender your quarters for these two. They're going to be staying on this ship. But sir, that's my quarters. Just, it's for a few days till we depart. Isa. And he walks out. Now, you two have this room. You can stay on the ship. I can't force you and I won't force you, but I'm telling you, you go back to that inn, bad things could happen to both of you.
She wants to save these people that are being sold.
That is a deep chain. I cannot tell you countless of times they have approached me trying to get me to smuggle people from countries, to kingdoms, to islands. And it's a very wealthy practice, but anybody who is a decent human being will turn them down.
Well, we have the name of the leader.
Yeah, so do I. Samuel. Magnus.
Yes.
Yes. Nobody's seen or heard or seen or met the fucker either. That's a deep chain and you're barking up a bad tree.
We really need to save these people, though.
You know how you feel obligated to save those people?
Yes.
I feel obligated to save you.
Aw.
Listen to what I am telling you. This is bad.
So
the fact that you have been targeted is bad. You might not even make it out there alive. They might slit your throat. You might not even see slavery. You might not see, and I guarantee you, with a woman of your stature, as he checks you up and down, he says you will definitely be used for sex and other horrific things that any male or female would want to do with you.
So the guy that came into our room proposed that, you know, he doesn't actually, he plans on selling her, but doesn't plan on letting her go. And that we were tailed to the ship.
You've been followed. Do you know who they are?
They work with the guy.
Let's walk out onto my deck. Point them out if you can.
Okay.
So we walk out of the captain's quarters and we walk out onto the deck. And he looks out through the public. Point them out.
I assume perception, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 21.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm not going to point at them, but I'll describe where they are and what they look like, because I don't want to make it look like I'm pointing out them.
Okay.
But I'll describe to him and I'll tell Captain Seeg like what they look like and where they're located at and on the dock so that he can see who it is that's following us.
So give me a D20 roll for how many you can point out.
What is it? Like just a straight
Just
D20?
straight D20.
2.
Okay. So you're able to point out one of them for sure.
Okay.
And so he tells you, okay, so go ahead and go back to my quarters.
Okay.
And you're sitting in his quarters for it's probably about a half hour. And all of a sudden the door kicks in and the man that you have described is being drug in by a couple of his crewmen, and they throw him on the floor, and Captain Seeg grabs him by the front of his head, pulls his neck back and puts a knife to his throat and asks you, is this the man?
Do I know it's the man?
Yes.
For 100%?
200%.
It's definitely one of the people that was pursuing us.
So as the two crew members are standing there looking at you with this guy with the knife around his neck, he asks him, he says, so who are you? He spits as much as he can with his head being back, and he says, I'll never talk. Who are you? Who's your boss? And he's like, I'm not talking. So Captain Seeg starts to dig the knife into the neck just a little bit, and it gets a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. He's like, oh, stop. Okay, I'll talk. And he starts to reveal that the inn lady that works the inn that has been so friendly to you is in on it. And, this is all information that you already knew. They've been assigned from her to tail you and locate your every location and where you're at point in time. They tell you about Storm Sparkington and everything else. And Captain Seeg, after all this information's out, he looks to you and he's like, so
what? Like,
your thoughts on this?
We already knew that.
So then you know that the man that busted into your room must not be lying to you, so that is a plus. Do you have any other use for this man?
No.
No, not really.
He slits his throat and the man drops down to the deck. Boom, and blood starts to run out.
Like,
He cleans off his knife and he says, now with these people, there's no fucking around. If you see them, you kill them. And he sits down and he's like, that room's available for you if you need it. And if you have any concerns, I will help you the best that I can, but I have to leave the city tomorrow.
So what do we do with the guy that I think he wants out?
I don't know. I would tell you to stay with us and sail around the world.
And how do I feel bad for the people that are being sold.
Well, you can't save everybody, but that's a decision on you.
That's a decision on you. And I look at Gaia. I go where you go.
Right. But, I mean, the Sparkington dude, he was being honest with us.
Yeah, he was being honest with us. But he's so willing to risk you.
And how often is this going to continue if I dodge going to the warehouse? Like, how often are we going to have followers that aren't good followers?
I don't know. Captain Seeg?
Captain Seeg looks at you, and his face, very serious. He says, to be honest, if you go to that warehouse, you probably won't make any difference at all. You'll probably be with the rest of them. I mean, and let's face it, Gaia, I don't think it's wise. Like I said, I can't fault you to do anything, but I don't think that it's wise, and I encourage you to go back to where you came from and or pick a different route. This is very dangerous, but you know the risk. I would never encourage it. Like I said, I can't force you to do anything. Just know that these people are dangerous, and their operation runs extremely deep. Deeper than you could ever imagine.
Insight check. 22.
Okay.
And I want to kind of see if I can pick up on, is he being like honest? Is he when he says, like, you know, that he's been approached by these same people, is this like a he works for them also and he's not telling us, or is he
he's being very truthful, and he has turned them down on occasion. He's actually turned them down to the point to where it has hurt his trade. Like, he's struggling in what he's doing because of it. These folks are powerful, they hold the power, and they've spread even to the corner of Memora, which is supposed to be a republic and a free place. This corruption has taken deep root. This man is not by any means bad, but he's not to be fucked with, as you just seen as he dropped this dude on the floor.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Gaia and I'm gonna be like, I trust him.
Oh, I definitely trust Captain Seeg.
So what do we do?
Should we go back to the Feywild?
I mean, we can. Obviously, we have to deal with the hag.
Yeah.
The question is do we just go?
Yeah. Captain Seeg, would you be willing to take us back to that spot on the water?
I definitely can. Yes.
I will give you.
You don't have to give me anything.
But we have these coins.
They're not worth anything in the Feywild, and we'll keep a few just in case we end up in a spot where we need some. But I feel like you can use them way more than we can.
Well, I appreciate it.
So we'll give him 500 gold.
Oh, wow. That is very generous. And he hands 200 of it back, and he says, you keep this. You never know.
So what do we do about Storm Sparkington?
I'm sure he'll find us. I just don't know how.
If we go to the Feywild, he probably is not going to find us.
He might. He has people tailing us. They're going to see us go in the water.
Right. But unless they go on the water too, which we should be able to see if they're following us on the water.
The likeliness of them finding you in the Feywild is like almost 0%. You literally have to know exactly where it is. The only thing that could potentially put them finding you is if they get to Captain Seeg, and there is a chance of putting his life at risk at that point too. So that's something to consider, because ultimately he did kill one of them, but there could be thousands of these people.
They definitely would have seen one of the people that got drug onto the ship.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
And noticed he never came back.
That was a dangerous move, but it was one that he's willing to do.
So will you be okay, Captain Seeg?
I'll be fine. You do what you have to do.
Maybe you can set sail earlier than schedule. We don't want anything to happen to you.
She is supposed to be abducted tonight.
Well, unfortunately, I have to wait for my final cargo to be loaded, and it's not scheduled for delivery until tomorrow. So with that being said, I have no choice but to sit here at port.
So what do we do, Gaia?
I don't know.
Do we stay with Captain Seeg, or do we go to the Feywild? Or are you really your heart set on selling yourself?
Well, I definitely don't want to sell myself. I am more willing for the Sparkington dude to take my form and go in my place. But
I mean, I don't see why his handler, the lady, can't turn him in as you.
right.
And she get paid and split the money with him. If that's what he really needs is the money.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I would do. I'd be like, hey, so she took the job for me. I mean, she's obviously involved too.
Maybe we stay here for the night to make sure nothing happens to Captain Seeg.
Okay, and make our decision.
This is out loud. Oh, sweetie, you ain't got to worry about old Captain Seeg. I've been around a long time. I can take care of myself.
No,
I'll butcher every one of these fuckers.
No. It's our duty to protect you. Also, you've done so much for us. And we don't want to see anything happen to you.
It's my pleasure, but these folks are dangerous.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly why we should stay here and protect you.
So we
Or at
stay on
least
the
help.
ship?
Just for the night.
Okay, so you're going to skip out on the selling yourself?
Yeah, well, he can do it.
So As she says that, I kind of like perks up. He's not quite as depressed as he was a little bit ago, so I'm a little happier. Okay, I'm with you. We'll stay here. Like, stay on the ship. Maybe we can help do some stuff on the ship.
Is anybody else sick on the ship?
No, everyone seems to be in good health and spirits. I'll tell you what, though. I'll post two of my crew near your quarters, just in case anybody would try to slip on. They know you're on my ship.
Yes, they do.
So, and I'll dispose of this fucker. We'll put him in the dinghy, and I'll take him and drop him out in the mouth of the river.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain Seeg.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. Here, take this back. He hands you back your gold, and he says, when you leave and you go back through your portal, then you can hand it to me.
Okay.
I gave him a hug.
Thanks. I need those from time to time. It's a rough life. So are you guys going to your room and sleeping? Or going to the room to hang out?
Yeah, we'll just kind of go hang out in the quarters for just a little while. And, we'll just chit-chat or whatnot in there.
Okay. So, night starts to come, and Sparkington, you are at the inn, and Gaia and Oakland are nowhere to be found.
Okay, so I'm assuming I would be informed on where they were, right? Since people were tailing them, I'm sure word would make it back.
You would have to talk to Ameriah.
Okay, so when nightfall comes, I do go talk to Ameriah and see what she knows.
Okay, she informed you that they were seen on a ship. They lost a man. He was seen being drug off to the ship. And she now believes that Oakland and Gaia might be a little more dangerous than she originally presumed.
Okay, so do I know where this ship is?
Yes.
Because it would be on the same dock close to the warehouse, right?
Same dock. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily close to the warehouse. This is a huge shipyard.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to figure these are massive ships that are able to pull up and dock right to basically the city. So It's a deep harbor, and it's big. But yes, it's in the... You'd have to go past that ship to get to the warehouse.
Well...
Or take a long way around.
Would I know what ship is theirs?
Not necessarily. However, one of the tails could point it out to you.
Okay. So I want to walk down to the docks and at least kind of scout the warehouse. Okay. I don't want to necessarily approach their ship first, but I want to scout the warehouse and see what it's looking like.
So as you go to the warehouse, you can see that it's lit up. There seems to be people working it. They appear to be normal workers. And there's an entrance.
Okay. I'm not going to walk in. How many people do I see?
You see probably about a handful this time of night.
Okay. So would I know one of the tails, or would I have to look for something on somebody to signify?
You should, being that you're experienced with this group for a while now, you should understand who the tail is.
Okay. So I'm going to walk up to the closest tail and ask where Gaia and Oakland are.
Boss, they're on that ship right there.
I'm just going to walk to the ship.
You need me to accompany you, sir?
No, thank you.
All right, well, good luck. We'll be standing here. They got one of us earlier.
All right. I walk away, and I walk very calmly to the ship. I don't want to seem threatening in any way.
Okay, so as you walk to the ship, as you get onto the dock, you see the ramp that leads up to the deck of the ship.
All right, I'm going to walk up to the ramp.
So as you walk up to the ramp, you're told to stop.
I stop.
State your business.
I want to speak to Captain.
Captain, why would the captain want to speak with you?
I don't think he necessarily wants to speak with me, but it's necessary that I speak with him.
I suggest that you turn around and leave, and four other crewmen approach.
Just let me talk to your captain. You can take my weapons away. I just need to speak to the captain.
Turn around and leave.
I can't leave.
They kick the board that is the dock plate, and it flips out from underneath of you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
23.
You're successful. And you do a stunning backflip back onto the dock itself. and you're standing there. There is now a gap between the ship and you, and that board is floating in the water.
I am looking for no trouble. I just want to speak to your captain.
One guy kind of folds off, and about 3 minutes later of silence, the captain comes out. What can I do for you?
You have Gaia and Oakland on the ship, right?
What's it to you?
I'm Storm Sparkington.
You see his finger go up, and 4 people with bows pop up, and they draw back, and they're aimed at you.
If I was here to hurt them, why would I tell you who I am, and why would I calmly look for you? Don't you think I would try to sneak on?
He turns to one of his men, and the man immediately leaves, coming into your quarters, alerting you that there is somebody by the name of Storm Sparkington that is here to see you. Now it is about midnight to 1 in the morning. Hi, Gaia, Oakland. There's a loon out here on the dock that wants to talk to you. Captain Seeg's not permitting it, but he told me to come fetch you.
Okay.
Okay. Could follow him.
So as you follow out from the first mate's quarters, you come and you can see the 8 men there, 4 of them with bows that are drawn back, and Captain Seeg standing there, and he looks at you and he says, Gaia, Oakland, you recognize this fool?
Yeah, this is the guy we were talking to you about that came into the room and told us about the kidnapping, and he was being honest. I don't know if he definitely wanted to sell her, but I don't know if he really wants to hurt her.
Did we let him on? You can talk to him from here if you'd like.
Captain Seeg?
Yes.
I think he would be of no harm. You should allow him to come on here, and you can be right by us.
Very well. So he pulls out a plank and lowers it, puts it back into place, and they allow you to come on. But as you approach, the archers let down their bows, and he tells you as you're mid that he wants you to strip off all your clothing and everything that you have and hand it to the man in front of you on the ship deck.
Can I at least keep
No, you're going to be completely nude.
Oh, you're going to be naked.
I oblige. I do it.
Okay, so he strips completely down and hands his effects to one of the crew members, and you have nothing on you at this point.
Yep.
They escort you to
Except for what I
the
keistered.
main spot, your prison wallet. They escort you to the middle of the dock, and you're basically surrounded with Captain Seeg in between you and Gaia and Oakland. All right, speak.
Captain Seeg, how many people do you have on this ship?
I would never tell you that.
Okay. Are you taking Gaia and Oakland out of here?
I would never tell you that.
What will you tell me?
Nothing.
I'm not looking to harm them. If they are unwilling to go to that warehouse that I'm supposed to take them to, I'm not going to take them.
Then why are you here?
Because I need as much information as I can for my own well-being.
Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
Are they skipping town?
Can't tell you.
Gaia and Oakland, can you tell me?
I'm going to look at him and I'm going to ask.
Captain Seeg looks back at you.
I just want to ask one question of, so if we were to leave, would they kill you?
I'd be running for my life at the least.
So like us, running for our lives.
Yeah.
I'll look over at Gaia.
So after talking with Captain Seeg, it probably is not a good idea for us to go to the warehouse.
It's definitely not the best idea for you.
Yeah, so I'd have to say we've changed our mind about going through with it. It's just not a good idea.
I don't blame you one bit. So, if you guys are skipping town, I have 2 questions. 1, am I able to go with you guys? Am I able to stay on this ship and get myself out of this town to at least give myself a chance? And 2, would these crew members on this ship possibly be willing to take out everybody in this warehouse that I'm dealing with? I only saw a handful of people. There's probably more, but I'd say no more than 20. That's why I want to know how many people are on this ship and if they're willing to take down this chapter of the trafficking ring.
You do understand that there is a possibility that innocent people work there as well. They don't just flaunt their business right out in the open.
But there has to be a way to find out, right?
The only way you're finding out is if you get into the midst of it. And I don't like the idea of you using my friend.
That's fine. So, can I board the ship if you guys are skipping town?
I have an idea. You change into Gaia.
Who's
and I'll
handing
turn
me
you
over?
in.
Yeah, Captain Seeg did say that they've asked him to be part of their association.
You seem like a man of honor, so I'm going to ask you directly. Are you just leaving me there after I'm handed over?
Does anyone know that you've been followed?
Or
have you been followed?
I talked to one of the tails. I talked to one of the tails. And they know this form of me.
Yes, if I take you into that warehouse, they will surely knock me in the head and kill me and do God knows what with you. So I'm going to have to rescind on that if there's any risk of your plan being followed.
Can you help me get out of town then?
I can't help you do anything. It's not up to me.
And if you are willing to help me upon their permission, what I will do is I will go back to the inn. I will change forms, and I will come back as somebody else that my people would not recognize. They will not know that I am on your ship.
He looks over at Gaia and Oakland.
I look over at Gaia.
Oh.
I told you I'd go where you go.
You're the god here.
I am. I'm so thankful you finally noticed. Well, we haven't decided if we're skipping town for one. And two, I don't even support risking Captain Seeg's ship people.
Sailors?
Crew. For this horrible thing that goes on in this town.
It goes on in many more towns than just this.
Well, I barely know of this town, and I definitely don't want to know of other towns.
So where is the warehouse at that you were supposed to take her to?
I just kind of point with my head in the general direction of it.
Well, what do you think? What if we just burn the warehouse down?
I don't have a problem with it. There's obviously bad people in there, and we got to start somewhere. If you guys are still wanting to take it down, I want to, but I can't do it by myself. I want to find out who this Magnus guy is.
He doesn't mean anything to me, so I care less about this Magnus guy.
Let's burn this motherfucker down.
Burn it to the ground.
Okay, we can do that. We just need to figure out how.
Can I,
Well, I've got a couple barrels of oil in the basement and the bottom of the ship you can have.
Okay.
That would definitely do it.
You can keep my weapons, but can I have my clothes back? It's a little chilly.
Yeah, you are starting to get cold. Gaia, Oakland, can he have his clothes back?
I'd
It's
say
so little.
yes.
Can I make it bigger?
I say give him his clothes back.
They throw you your clothes back,
Okay.
but you have no weapons.
Yep, that's fine. I put my clothes on quickly.
So how willing would you be to change into somebody else and go burn this warehouse down?
I'm down. Can I get one of your little druid characters to be with me in case I need a little support?
Possibly.
You just be like,
It would definitely prove you're not just fucking with us.
So Captain Seeg has a few of his men go under the deck of the ship, and you see the center where there would be like a craw where you can see through to the bottom. It opens up, and they start hoisting several barrels out with nets. And they go up the mast of the ship, and they bring them over, and they swing them to the dock, and then they start to lower them down. And there's a couple guys that walk down the plank, and they unfold these barrels, and these barrels are sitting here. And then they get a cart from the shore, not on the dock. They wheel it out, and then they load these up. And this is like a hand cart that you would have to pick up and walk with.
Okay. Well, they'll know who I am.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have to go change somewhere.
Okay.
So is there anywhere below deck I can go?
You can go into my quarters. So he shows you the door.
All right. So I'll go down into your quarters, and then I'm gonna switch to my Nyrook character, which is the homeless-looking male bard,
Okay.
and I'm going to reappear
Okay.
and just look at Oakland and look for a little more guidance.
How far away are you gonna have to pull this thing?
Pretty far.
Okay. So I look at Gaia and like, what do you think? Should I go with him?
Yeah, to make sure it gets done.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll see the blaze from here if it's close enough.
Yeah, but it might take you going to make sure it gets done, whether we see it or not.
Okay.
Maybe I should stay back.
Yeah.
I seem to bring on issues.
If you stay back, you need to be well protected. They're going to know that your person is not attached to your hip.
I've got her protected here.
All right.
I kind of have a plan. Like this is there any way you can hook this cart up to a horse?
Yes. But do you have a horse? Because I don't.
Yes.
I think he has something. I'll let you know that.
So you are going with the horse idea in the warehouse.
Kind of, yeah. So I can change into a war horse, I think. So how sturdy is this plank that goes across the boat to the dock?
Why you ask?
Would it be strong enough to hold a horse?
No.
Could a horse jump it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
I somehow have to get across there without them seeing me.
Do you think that they think a horse would be on this ship?
Well, maybe. I mean, he might be delivering some horses. I don't know.
All right.
I mean, I don't know if I could. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Might hurt your legs.
Okay.
Who's to say you don't just change in front of them?
Because then they'll know she's by herself, and then they'll know to follow us.
Okay.
So, all right. So I got it. I'll
What
change
about
the-
a donkey? Is there? That's
Maybe. Would a donkey work?
To pull the cart?
No, to go across the plank.
You could probably do it, but still risky. I mean, the way I picture this plank is it's fairly skinny and small.
Oh, okay.
So while I'm up here, can I kind of eyeball and see how many of the tails I would see?
Yeah, you really can't see too many. It's dark.
Okay.
How close are we to the shore?
We are probably 100 foot from the shore.
So if we were to lower ourselves down, if we were to lower ourselves down off of the side of this being dark, how big of a chance would they see me?
I think you probably could get away with walking down the plank and not being seen as
And then
dark as
just
it
turning
is.
it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's lit by fire, but I mean, the likeliness of them knowing who you are is pretty slim.
Okay, so then we'll just do that. I'll just go down and turn into a war horse, and you can hook up the barrels or whatever to me, and we'll just go.
Okay.
I'll ride you on in.
All right, so I'm going to turn into a war horse once I get onto the dock, and we're going to pull this cart over there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So right now we have Storm Sparkington in Oakland. It's changed into a horse, and they're headed to the warehouse to try to burn it down. Unfortunately, that is all that we have time for today, and we'll have to pick it back up again later.